Greetings, Temple Beth Shalom. It's Rabbi Aaron Boxt back with my Torah portion, or Parashat Hashavua. This week we are in Parashat Vayishlach, from the book of Genesis, chapter 32, verse 4, through chapter 36, 43. Now, the beginning of the Torah portion, Jacob is coming up he's going to be visiting or meeting his brother Esau, his long-lost brother, for the first time in many, many years. And so the night before, he sends a bunch of messengers forward to greet Esau, and Esau sends them back with message that he was coming out to meet Jacob himself, and his messenger said he's bringing 400 men. So of course Jacob had no idea whether Esau was still angry with him after all these years, having stolen his brother's birthright. So Jacob, in his terror and his fear, decides to break his camp into two parts and to send one camp forward. It's kind of not exactly the greatest of idea, because in his mind he was thinking that maybe if the first set was attacked, there'd be lesser people that would be hurt, and then the second half, and it just is not a great decision. But he's afraid, and then of course that night. He's by himself, and he wrestles with what is called Ish at one point, and Elohim in later verses. And of course, Elohim means divine beings, Ish means man. So there's been questions throughout history of whether he wrestled with a man, he wrestled with an angel of God. But the point is that, or did he wrestle, inwardly with himself because of the decisions he had to make or decisions he had made? Regardless of where you tend to agree or disagree, at this point he becomes Israel, one who struggles with God, and he has a permanent disability. His hip socket gets wrenched just by his thigh muscle, so he has a permanent disability, which is a whole nother interesting thing to think about. The one who the children of Israel are named after had disability, and that right there shows the importance of all of us being created b'tselem Elohim, in God's image. If the one that the people of Israel are named after had a disability, certainly that means that we're all equal. None of us are, regardless of our stature in life, of our physical disabilities or abilities or whatnot, that we all are equal. There's a lot more to that, of course, but this is just a brief overview. Jacob then decides to go forward, and he sees Esau, and they run and they embrace. Jacob and Esau have a bit of a brotherly competition. Jacob says, "Look at what I have." Esau says, "Look at what I have." Esau offers to give Jacob some men and some things. Esau offers to give Jacob some men and some things, and so on and so forth. And it becomes a bit of a competition of old. Eventually, they part ways on good terms, and Jacob goes to the city of Shechem. Now, in the city of Shechem is one of the worst episodes in the entire Torah. It is the only story in the entire Torah that talks about Dinah specifically. She is mentioned in lineage terms in a couple other places, but this story is completely devoted to her. And in this story, she has relations with one of the men of Shechem, and the story is often referred to as the rape of Dinah. Whether she was actually raped, or we don't really know exactly what happened, but because she was not married to this person, because this person was not circumcised, there's all kinds of things that are thrown into here. There's no mention at all of what Dinah says regarding all of this. It's all from the point of view of the men, which in and of itself obviously is a tremendous problem. And what happens, what follows that, is that Dinah's brothers go to give revenge for what happened to Dinah, and they wound up they wind up circumcising all of the men in the village, and while they're in pain, the sons go and basically destroy the city. The line is, on the third day when they were in pain, Simeon and Levi, two of Jacob's sons, brothers of Dinah, took each a sword, came upon the city unmolested, and slew all the males. So clearly this is not a great story, but it is an important story for a number of reasons to think about how women were treated, and the idea that that the sanctity of marriage was so important, that, and the whole idea of being circumcised. There's a lot to that. So in chapter 35, Jacob leaves and goes up to Bethel. And he stays there, and Jacob sets up a pillar to God, and at the end, that Rachel dies, Benjamin is born, and chapter 36, which is the last chapter in Vayishlach, we see the line of Esau, all the children, the descendants of Esau, and chapter 36 ends with these following words. These are the names of the clans of Esau, each with his families and locality, name by name. The clans Timnah, Alva, Jetheth, Oholibamah, Elah, Pinon, Kenaz, Timan, Mitzbar, Magdil, and Iram. Those are the clans of Edom, that is, of Esau, father of the Edomites, by their settlements in the land which they hold. So the whole final chapter of Genesis, the whole Vayishlach, chapter 36, is all about the descendants of Esau. That is chapter 36, and that is Parashat Vayishlach. I wish you an early Shabbat Shalom. See you next time. Bye-bye.